And 2nd and 5.
20.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here's Swift. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run with Swift. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal.
20.
They will run it with Swift here. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Scott on the return, out of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He's at the 40. 20. 10. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Play action. It's Newton. Out to his left. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Newton, he's airing it out for Williams. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4 but got 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Davion Taylor in there again as he's able to pick up sacks on both first and second down.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Let's go now. 19 Charger, 19 Charger, 760.
In motion right is Smith. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Smith finding room at midfield. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They go play action with Hurts. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 31 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
He's airing it out for Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best. But these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish.
He's got a man complete. The 30. 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Hurts will throw. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton, left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Newton on 1st down. Flushed out right. And my goodness, another interception. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. He's airing it out for Williams. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Eagles are going to get the football back at their own 17. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's to McCaffrey, complete. Finding space at the 40. Now he's loose at the 40. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll look to throw. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
19 charges, 19 charges.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. McCaffrey turned away on 4th and goal. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the end zone, Newton. Right side to Williams. And they'll get him down up past the 15. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They fake the give. Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you...
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams now with his 3rd touchdown in his 1st ever NFL game. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. He'll drop to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical third down conversion.
His afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. Hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And his pass incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Open man is Ross, complete. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they will take a knee here. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. And just how they envisioned the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. But now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1. And one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for